1936, Dan Williams mysteriously vanished while a run of his prospecting trip. Baffled by his partner's absence, Bill Koshner began to search for Williams.
He said he went to his cabin and found everything immaculately in place. He got that eerie feeling that he had just left things in place and was gone and wouldn't be found. When he disappeared, the story was that he'd taken a trip into the bush and he never heard of it again. He was lost. But he perished. And Dan was a good bushman, and he wasn't a weak man. He was a very strong man. And I don't think for 1 minute he was lost. I think he went back to England and took his social place in life. Right? Oh,
well, some believe that Dan may have been killed after a poker game. His body thrown down an abandoned mine shaft.
If you get in a poker game, it's hard to say what might have happened. Money and leaders don't work too well together, especially if you're losing money.
I'll see you at 5 and I'll wait.
He was a good poker player.
The truth of Dan Williams' disappearance remains as elusive as his past. Only a handful of clues exist. He appeared to be from England. He was skilled as a horseman and at cards. He never married. One prospector believes he may have had a sister in England. His unclaimed estate was valued in 1936 at $71,000. This money, held by the public trustee of Ontario, is now worth nearly $100,000. But we know that Williams owned half the shares in Koshner Williams Mine, and his partner's Bill bought back most of these shares 7 years after Williams died. These shares alone would have been worth at least $850,000 in 1936. 45 years later, it could be worth much more if no one could locate the mine. Terry Hines, a Toronto-based tracer of missing aliens, has learned that Dan Williams may not be his true name.
We have reason to think that his real name is Dalton Thomas Williams, and we feel that there are heirs either in Britain or the U.S., somewhere in the world. Today, if an heir turned up, and we have no reason to think that the heirs are going to turn up, the estate could be worth in the vicinity of $3 million, depending upon the interest that's been paid every year.
Updates. Within days of our broadcast, Davy Williams, New York businessman, called our 800 number, claiming he might be one of the heirs to Dan Williams' fortune.
My grandfather, we have determined, came from the UK to Ontario in 1885. At that time, he was 11 years of age. We believe he traveled with another family member. And we also have been told that there was a cousin someplace up in the outback in Ontario, but there was never any contact with that individual through the years. So when this Unsolved Mysteries program aired and this Dan Williams, a bushman from Ontario, was disclosed, it certainly was an exciting possible link for our family to research.
Davy Williams flew to Toronto to meet Joe Perkins, one of Dan Williams' last surviving friends. He brought along photographs of his grandfather, Harold Williams, and his great-grandfather, John Williams, to see if there was a family resemblance.
It's uncanny the similarity of the face, nose, basically the eyes, forehead, and I think if you took the beard off the old man, they look like twins.
Indeed, there does seem to be a strong resemblance. Our great-grandfather John and grandfather Henry, the prospector Dan Williams, all blood relatives. Is Davy an heir to Dan Williams' fortune?
Certainly money is important to everybody. And if the Ontario government is holding considerable assets that could rightfully be claimed by the Williams, then I'd like to see that happen. I don't know if it'll be me and my cousins or not, but maybe now we can get some Williamses to come forward, and maybe we do have a strong case to be made. And certainly we are going to take the next steps to pursue that possibility.
Leo Cooley, a volunteer softball umpire active in his local church, and suspected murder and arson, has eluded the FBI for 10 years. On March 19, 1975, Richmond, Virginia, a bodyguard named Chuck Cunningham was murdered, and his body placed in a trunk. Police were told that Cunninghams' corpse was driven to the Rappahannock River, weighed down with a bumper from 57 Chevrolet, and thrown overboard. Cunninghams' body had never been found. The police believe that local businessman Leo Cooley is responsible for this contract killing. In the mid-70s, the same Leo Cooley was a volunteer softball umpire and active in his local church. Leo was married with 4 children, a member of the American Legion.
Leo was a nice guy. There are people that are close to him that characterize him as a caring, sensitive individual. However, our investigation turned out Leo Corey, and that is the leader of a racketeering enterprise who made a living committing crimes.
Then on April 20th, 1979, Leo Corey was placed on the FBI's 10 most wanted list for accused murder. He has eluded the authorities for 10 years. Corey was a successful restaurant owner who was fiercely competitive. Reportedly, he tried to force his rivals out of business by sending in thugs to terrorize the patrons. On January 15, 1977, police force brutally attacked innocent customers at the Mailbox restaurant. 1 person died and several were injured.
It became apparent after a few months of investigation that Leo Corey was the very center of a racketeering enterprise. And that means that he ran an organization with their primary income was through illegal purposes, be it fraud, extortion, murder, whatever, but their income was from crime.
While the FBI suspected Cooley was responsible, they could not indict him because his inner circle was extremely long. They often picked vulnerable groups, the local gay community, as victims for his scams and extortions. In October 1977, Cooley asked Eddie Lowe to make a hit on restaurant owner Jim Hilliard. A few days later, Cooley's scheme backfired, and Eddie Lowe was found hiding outside Jim Hilliard's home. This arrest was the turning point for the FBI, and directly led to Cooley's indictment.
And later learned that he was there, allegedly at Leo Corey's behest, to kill Hilliard, to eliminate Hilliard as competition in the restaurant business.
Lowe agreed to work with the FBI. He was equipped with a hidden microphone. The FBI secretly recorded a conversation with Cooley for their investigation. This is the actual recording of Leo Cooley's voice in the car. Based on the surveillance tapes, on October 31st, 1978, Leo Cooley was indicted by a federal grand jury. He was charged with murder, attempted murder, extortion, assault, racketeering, fraud, and arson. But the day before the charges came down, Leo Cooley disappeared from Richmond, Virginia.
Leo Corey is a very competitive person, and it would not surprise me, and it's done in the past with top 10 fugitives, where they pick up the phone and call the agent who's looking